So today's video, I'm not even sure how to introduce the level of craziness that you are about to watch, but I guess I'm just going to let the clip roll so the video can introduce itself, because ugh.
There is a spoken rule I have when it comes to my domestic staff. From the day I hire you, I let you know, and if it doesn't sit right with you, then my house is not the right fit for you. The rule is you are not allowed to send money back home. I know a lot of people will not understand this, because for you to even come to work as a domestic staff, it means that your family needs the money. I understand. But in my house, it is your money and not your family's money. Period.
Yeah, it is their money. So if they choose to use their money to take care of their family, it is their prerogative. So it's not supposed to be your business at the end of the day what people are doing with their own money. Yes, they are working for you. Yes, you are the one paying them. But when they have given you labor and you give them money in exchange, now it is theirs. Yes, it came out of your pocket, but they earned it. They worked for it. Just because you are the one giving them the cash don't mean that you should be the one to tell them what they should use their money for, or who they should or should not spend their money on. Like, what?
I give them the option of, oh, you can take your money every month and do whatever you want with it. Or I save your money for you, and obviously your money will grow the longer you work, and not just growing because I'm saving it for you, but also like interest and stuff like that, because I have my ways of like saving this money for them. And honestly, if you choose that I should pay you every month and you want to use the money to do whatever you want, then I look at you with side eye, because it also means that my house is not the right fit for you.
Madam, I'm looking at you with a side eye, because what the actual hell are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? What in the slavery is going on here? Because I'm not understanding what's happening. Like, what would you people call this, quite frankly? And then she contradicted herself, because earlier she said she gives these people the option of you either take it monthly or she saves it a little while for them, right? Which is crazy. Like, why is this an option at the beginning of an employment agreement? You are supposed to be paying people monthly. Like, that's how we do it. Pay them monthly, so they can go do with their money what they need to do with their money. They can go tend to their needs, which humans, tend to have on a monthly basis. Needs. They have utilities to take care of. They have their stomach to take care of. They have, clothing to think about. They have transportation to think about. Like, these are monthly needs that they would need their monthly income for. But here you are talking about how you would not give them the money monthly. Like, how then would they take care of themselves monthly? So that's the contradiction I'm talking about, because how did you say earlier that they can take their money monthly, but now you are saying if they choose to take their money monthly, you give them a side eye on top their own money, oh. On top person own money that they have worked for, you are giving them side eye for wanting it. You not get what I never see. On top of this internet where all of us gather there, since the internet became a thing, since social media became a thing, now that everybody have access to come online and tell everybody, all of us stuff, whether we ask, whether we not ask, they are sharing with us. What have we not seen on the internet? This is crazy. And then she was talking about how she saves this money for them. That's another option she has. Like, who are you to be telling people that you want to be saving their money for them? I mean, except they ask you to, please, can you help me save my money? Maybe because they have a hard time saving money by themselves, because there are people like that who struggle with saving money, right? And they ask people to help them. So if it's that kind of instance, I can understand if your employee is telling you that, madam or oga or ma'am, sir, whatever terms you go by, please, can you only be giving me a small amount monthly and hold the rest for me? I can understand if that is what's going on. But the fact that she's the one forcing these options on them is where I'm like, this is crazy. And the reason why I say forcing these options on them, because some people be like, it's not by force, you don't have to work there, which is true. But when you put into consideration the economy and the country, what it's like, it's hard out here. A lot of people don't have a lot of options for jobs. Like, jobs are scarce in Nigeria, right? So a lot of people don't have job options. So of course they are going to be forced to take this job, right, to go with what she's saying, because they don't have a choice. If the chances of them finding another job, if they turn this one down, it's going to be very slim. Because just like the Nigerian saying, go na condition make crayfish bend, the condition of the country is making all of us like live a certain way. So that condition is going to force these people to take this job, even though they don't really like the arrangements. And she knows this. Hence why I strongly see this situation, this dynamic that she has created here, as her kind of forcing people to do these things, because no sane individual will agree to this kind of term. And she knows this, and she's using this fact against these people, whether she would agree to this or not, or whether she's maybe even consciously aware of the fact that this is what is actually happening or not. And it just goes to show the level of privilege that she obviously has. Because you have got to certainly be privileged to an extent for you to, one, even have domestic staff. Let's start from there. And two, for you to not understand that, like, the everyday person needs their money every single month so they can survive.
So I see my house as a transition to the next phase of your life. For you to come here, it means that you're trying to build something. You're trying to save towards something. You know what you want for your future, and this is just like a stepping stone. That is how I see it. When you're living with me, you don't need to buy anything. You don't need to pay for like you're paying for absolutely nothing. You're well taken care of. And I make this very clear to them that day. Like,
so the domestic staffs that she's talking about, they usually live with her, so they don't really have like utility bills and, you know, the other stuff I mentioned earlier, like transportation and whatnot. But they will still have bills. Like, what if you want to buy, you know, sanitaries if you're a lady? What if you want to buy makeup? I don't know. What if you want to buy skincare products? What if you want to buy underwears? What if you want to buy some clothes? Meaning you have to come to this individual and tell them what exactly you want to do with the money first, and then they will be like, okay, is that important or not, before they give you. I don't know what the setup is like really, but that's what is coming across to me, because from how she spoke right now, it seemed like she would need to know what you want to use the money for before she gives it to you, because she's trying to make sure that, one, you are not sending the money to your family, and secondly, you are using the money in a way that she deems fits or best. And she's prioritizing future. Like, yes, we have to think about the future, but people have the present. You live the present first before you would even get to the future, right?
as long as you're treating me well, of course I'll treat you well in return. But if after I give you that option and you still want to take that money, it means your priorities are not straight and you cannot work with me. And then when it comes to sending money back home, is a no-no for me, because why do you come to work for someone, live with the person for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even more, and then you're going home and you're going home empty-handed. You're going home with nothing, because every month you've been spending your money and sending it back home. For me, that decision doesn't make sense. It's not something I can allow, because I believe that you are working towards your future. If you're talking about your parents, they have lived their lives, right? They are older. They've been surviving before you came to my house. Like I like to say, they will survive even without you sending the money. You were not giving them money before and they were surviving. So it's just something I don't do. I don't personally like it. And any parent that asks their kids to be sending money back home, I see you as a bad parent, because you don't want your child to grow. Okay, that's a story for another day.
Yes, I can understand her, where she's coming from, quite frankly, because there are some families that would literally drag you down if you're not careful. That's why sense has to come in, right? You have to use sense to follow some of these families. If you don't, you are going to find yourself drowned, hanging in the future with nothing to write home about. It will be as if you have never even worked your entire life. So the advice should be like, use sense. It's not abandon your family, especially if these people don't want to abandon them, right? If these people want to help their family, let them help their families. Don't turn them against their families if that's what they want to do. People should have rights and the choice to decide what they want to do with their money or for their family. So for you to strip that right away, the choice, the ability for them to make that decision, is very problematic. It really is. Like, I'm not going to lie, with the way she's acting, that she's telling us that this is what she does, she's coming across to me as someone who has serious control issues, someone who likes to control people and what they do. And I don't like that at all. I don't like when people try to make themselves, or want to make themselves, the lords of other people and want to be preceding over their lives. Like, who do you think you are? It's weird and uncomfortable to watch. Like, freaking get down from this stupid high horse you are on and go and touch grass outside. But when she's talking about how, yes, like, families can dry you, I see where she's coming from. Hence why I think you should give more of an advice, help these people with tips on how to navigate, finding that balance where they can do for their family if they want to, but not overexert themselves to the point where it's going to be at their own detriment, whether in the present or in the future. I think there's a way we can help people navigate these things. And this is coming from someone who gives back to her family. I cannot abandon my family. Like, there's nothing anybody wants to tell me in this world. I'm going to forever be down with my family. I'm going to show up for my family, because family is all you've got. If you cannot show up for your family, who do you want to be showing up for? But I have been able to find a balance. I do for my family, but I'm also able to do for myself and also put things in place for the future. And I think that's where her focus should be. Our focus should be on helping these people, these ladies that work for her, with the tips that they need to find this balance. Help them with the resources. Educate them on why they need to, do this push and pull with their family, right? Help them understand why they need to save. Because at the end of the day, even if you hoard that money from these people, even if you save that money for 10 years, 500,000, 50 years, whatever, whenever you do, in fact, give them the money, because you are going to give them your money eventually. You're not going to hold them forever, not be your money. Whenever you do eventually give them this money, if you have not educated them on why they do need to do this push and pull, they are still going to take the money back, and it's still all going to go there. They're still going to find themselves dry and hanging. So her technique on the long run, it not go work. Hence why it's even more problematic, because now all you are doing is just holding on to these people, stringing them along, only for her fears to inevitably happen later than sooner. So yes, in a way, I can see how she means good for these employees of hers, right? Because, to be quite honest, black tax can be really weighing on an individual. So I can see how she's trying to protect them in a sense, because some family, they are willing to suck you dry if you give them the chance. They don't even really care about your future. All they can think about is themselves. Some families can be very selfish in that sense. So I can understand if she's trying to protect these workers of hers, right? So they don't get sucked dry and find themselves dry and hanging in the future after working all of these years, right? They don't find themselves at a point where they have literally nothing to show for themselves because their families have sucked them dry. So I can understand if she's trying to protect them in that sense, but there is a way you go about these things.
Like, there are other ways she could have helped these people without stripping their rights away and being this control freak of an individual that she is coming across to me.
She's basically holding on to these people's money against their will, and that's what is really getting to me, and telling them what they can and cannot do with their own money. Damn right, kind of taking these people's rights away to their own funds. And none of this sits right with my spirit.
Because I tell my girls sometimes they might think you're doing something nice for your family, but in return, they are holding you back. They are pushing you down. You are trying to elevate your life to get somewhere, but your family will keep dragging you down because they are milking you. This is something I take very personally, and I just don't joke with my people's money. I have two people, one almost 3 years, one almost 8 years, and I can proudly tell you that not one naira have been touched since day one. Not one. And now the money keeps multiplying. They have mutual funds. They have even piggy vests. There are so many ways they save this money to multiply this money. I introduce them to mutual fund and everything. So it's just like, if you really love yourself, then you're going to put yourself first. And if you don't put yourself first, then you're not a good fit for me and we cannot work together.
Now, at the end of this video, I cannot help but wonder, is this maybe rage bait? You hold on to somebody's salary for 8 years, did I just get rage baited? Because honestly, I had not seen this video to the end of it before I decided to make a video on it, right? I saw just maybe 30 seconds into the video. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? So now I'm at the end of the video and I'm wondering, is this even true? Because a lot of people come online to say stuff that is not true for views. But then with the way unique humans are, some of these things are true, and that's how they're really acting out here. So, and the reason why I'm wondering if this is rage bait is because she did not say while she's saving for these people for 8 years, or this particular person, let's use that one person she spoke about, while she's saving for this person for 8 years, she did not say at any point in the video that she gives them a monthly stipend. And yes, they live in your house, right? Like she said, they live in her house. and they don't have to pay for utilities. They don't have to transport to work because they live at the place that they work. They probably don't have to pay for food. But there are still some bills that I think about that, like, even though they don't have all of these extra bills, they would still need money for, like I mentioned, sanitaries, the internet. They have to buy phone credits. They have to subscribe to use the internet. Or is there free Wi-Fi in their house? Maybe there is, and the employees don't have to pay for that. But regardless, you will still need some kind of pocket money. You will still need some kind of small money in your hand. What if they have cravings? They want to lick ice cream. What if they feel like eating their favorite biscuits or something, and now they don't have any money to go buy it? Or what if they don't feel like eating the food that's available in the house and they want to go buy something outside, maybe in the nearest buka or eatery? Do they have any money to go do these things? Is what I'm wondering. It has me boiling for real, because some people, the way they let the small power that they have sometimes to get to their heads, and now they feel like they are like demigods and they can control stuff that they should not even have the right to be able to control, right? Like deciding to not pay your workers their salary, right? I think that is highlighted in this video as well. This phenomenon of some people getting to small level of power and now they want to act like gods. I think that's what this is, now that I think about it. Because, like, who are you? Who the do you think you are to do this? Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
And this just makes the comment I made about slavery earlier on in the video even more valid, because I beg, please tell me, who else makes someone work for them for 8 years without giving them their labor's worth? Like, who else does that if it's not an enslaver? And then she was talking about how, oh, she takes care of them, they're well taken care of, blah, 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 wanting us to believe that it's okay somehow that she has not given these people their money because she, quote unquote, takes care of them. Like, I don't freaking care what you are doing for these people. Shall give them the money that they worked for. Like, she can, quote unquote, take care of them all she wants and still give them their money. Because that's what they came to your house for to begin with in the first place. When they heard that you had an opening for a job in their mind, okay, let me go and work so I can get money. And now you have these people working and they are not getting the money. Like, yes, she said she's going to give them the money much, much later, but like, that don't make no sense. It's weird.
Now imagine somebody like this in like a higher position than just someone who is employing domestic staff. If they are doing this, so they are domestic staff, what would they do if they are maybe local government chairman or chairwoman, as the case is a woman? What would they do if they are like a governor of a state or something?
And people are not having it at all in the comment section, guys. Some people are outrightly telling her that she's mad for doing this. This person said, so if they have an emergency at home, yeah, this is a very valid point. The last commenter on this screenshot says it's not a normal thing to do. Yes, it really isn't normal. And I could not help but wonder how she would feel if her own employee, if she's working for someone, decides to not give her her pay. Talking about I'm saving the money for you so you can use it later in the future the right way. And the right way here is whatever her employee says is the right way. Like, how would she like that? I bet she would not like that one bit. But you know how some people like to be very hypocritical, right? And a commenter by the name Mercy did bring up this point in the comment section. She said, I don't think you have the right to tell people what to do with their money just because they work for you. Imagine your employer tells you the same thing. And she commented back to them saying, when it's your turn, do as you want. Also, it's not smart to comment out of emotions instead of facts. Watch again. What? Like, she's so condescending, it's crazy. And you can see the same condescending attitude in the video that she made, because what even gave this person the right to think that she's so smart for her to be deciding what will be best for people? Like, these are random people that have their own different experiences and whatnot. They have their own life going on. You don't know what these people have to deal with. You don't know what their situations are like, really. But this oversabi that is reeking from her, that I hope will not get her in trouble someday, makes her believe that she knows everything and she would know or knows what's best for her employees. Like, really, let's be serious. Let's be serious.
Oh my goodness. Like, can you guys believe this? Do you think this is rage bait? Do you think she's for real? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye.